Welcome to a couple of bunkies.
My wife and I have been wanting to make a fairly large entranceway for our house that includes a seat, coat rack, and a place to hold your shoes. In the past, we had made, with the Maslow CNC, this little entry chair and shoe rack that's kind of an inspiration for this larger one. So this is going to be part one of a two-part build. So in this video, we're going to be making the shoe rack and bench seat. So I start the process off in ViaCAD where I sketch up the bench seat. My goal is to match the same design that I have through the house with these little benches that I had made a while ago. They have rounds on both sides and they are held together with dog bone joinery. This one I want to be a little extra fancy and have a little wedge holding the two sides together. And now I add an attached set of shelves. And all of the heights are dimensions of different types of shoes that we have, so we know everything will fit absolutely perfectly. I also add a bottom shelf underneath the bench, tall enough to hold boots on the top shelf and shoes on the bottom. So for the seat and the top of the shelf, I'm planning to use some cherry that I've had in the basement for the last 4 years. For all the other shelves and everything else in this, I'm going to go ahead and use some white wood from Lowe's. So the white wood is 9.5 inches, and the cherry that I have I can cut down to 13 inches and use our new planer. 2 inches doesn't sound like a lot, but I gotta tell you, it really relieves a lot of stress. Okay, I can start off this process by using the miter saw station in our garage and cutting the wood to the desired specifications. All I need is 7 boards from this material. After I get those boards taken downstairs, I can go ahead and prepare the cherry wood. This is a massive board that I got from a friend of mine, and this is a perfect project for it. So altogether, I'm going to be about a foot short on the entire project, but I'll go ahead and fix that later in the project. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this board to size, and now I can rip it to the 13-inch mark, which is the maximum size of my planer. Now I can plane the boards nice and smooth. If you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe, and ring the bell icon for notifications on future videos. I have another piece of cherry left over from another project that I can use in order to make that 12 inches from earlier. Now that everything's been through the planer, I make the corners a little rounded with the jigsaw. And I round over the boards with the roundover bit on the router table. Now I need to make these 3 cutouts, so I clamped all 3 of these boards together and took them to my bandsaw to cut out this little radius. I then cleaned it up with the belt sander. Now I select one of the nicest boards and cut out the top into this radius. And try to erase any of the cut marks with the sanders. Now I use the same roundover bit from earlier on my router table. Now I need to rip the 3 horizontal boards and make the fronts to the shelves. Now I do a quick dry fit to see if I need to make any adjustments in the shelves. That makes a pretty picture. I go ahead and clamp everything together and ensure everything is square. I connect all the shelves together with the Craig jig and dowel rod joinery. And I do the same thing to the other side. I set it off to the side to dry, and I go ahead and start working on the cherry boards. Okay, like I had said earlier, I'm going to have to add about a foot of material to one of the cherry boards. So I'm going to have to join these 3 pieces of wood together to make it look nice. So I'm going to make my life easier by using a self-centering dowel rod jig. This honestly makes all the guesswork real easy. All I need to do is butt it up to the end, drill the holes, and do the same thing on the other side. Then just add some wood glue and dowels, and you've got a straight piece of board. I just need to add a clamp and set it off the side to cure. Now we have a pretty good idea on how the shelf will look. After the glue dried, I used a lid to mark off the radiuses in the corner and cut them out with the jigsaw. I clean up the edges with an oscillating sander and then round over the edges on the router table. Now I need to make the joinery in order to hold the bench to the columns. I have 3 inches on the end of the board to do this with. I end up using a radius instead of that square one that I had been planning to use. I'll cut the hole later when I get the wedge made. I sand down the cherry boards and get it ready for the epoxy pour. I put a piece of tape over a knot and then flip it over. I cover the entire thing with epoxy, ensuring to pour some inside of the knot hole. And I do the same process for the bench seat. By the end of this, I end up putting 2 coats of epoxy on these. This wasn't really the plan, but I went ahead and attached this bottom shelf with pocket holes. I used 2 scrap pieces of wood cut to around 3 inches in order to get the correct height and so everything would be level. I also added a small horizontal member just in case there's some extra weight to the board. I changed my mind on the joinery and I decided to go ahead and cut dado joints inside of the columns. This makes it so it can really hold a lot of weight. And sadly, I glued the shelf all together, so I had to take the shelf over to the table saw. And I don't have a dado stack for my saw stop yet, so I have to make multiple passes before the groove is the right size. And I clean up the grooves with a chisel. Now I can clean up the epoxy drips on this tongue. And take some measurements with this triangle and try to mark them on the corresponding column. Using a wood bit, I go ahead and drill partially through. Then I flip the project over and use the same hole from the drill bit in order to punch all the rest of the way. This helps keep the other side clean from blowout. And then I cut out the rest of the hole with a scroll saw. And I clean up the rest with a chisel. And that's how it looks like after I'm done with the chisel. Looks pretty good. Now I feed the cherry board into the groove. Mark a spot and drill a hole through the tongue. Now I square up the hole with the jigsaw. I make the wedge out of a scrap piece of walnut with the bandsaw. And clean it up with a spindle sander. And there's the wedge holding the bench together. Now we can attach the bench seat to the shoe rack. Now I use a ripped piece of cherry for the board supporting the bench. So I find the center and mark the area. Remove the bench seat. I drilled 2 guide holes. Then I place the cherry beam in place. Drill it out to 3/8 and then put in the dowel rods. Then I cut it flush with a Japanese flush trim saw. And I do the same thing to the other side. Now I can bring this thing upstairs for painting. I sand and I put another coat of epoxy on the top of this shoe rack. The shelves I designed don't have traditional drawers, just a front that opens outward. I mark and tape an area where I can make a handle. I tape those pieces together and cut it out with the bandsaw. I sand over any teeth marks left over from the saw. I remove the tape and then I round over 3 sides with the router table. We ended up finding a soft close hinge system that we really liked for this project. The only difference in the installation is I installed them in a 90-degree configuration with the frame and the door reversed. I'm going to go ahead and install all of this hardware, and then I'm going to take it off in order to do all the painting in just a minute. I always feel it's better to do the hardware first, so then you have a hole in order to reinstall everything later. And you never know when you have to make some adjustments or cuts to the project. It looks like I'm going to have to cut some backstops to all of these. The spring tension is pulling the drawer a little bit too far in. So I'm going to cut a couple backstops and glue them in with some CA glue. Now we can start the painting process. We wanted something a little bit bright. I'm starting to get a little sick of all these whites and grays that are very common in all of the houses that we look at. We often see seafoam green and all these other colors, but not a very vibrant blue like this. After the last coat of epoxy, I needed to go ahead and sand down and clean up all of the drip bubbles because it no longer fits inside of the groove for this bench. But with a little bit of cleanup, it fits perfectly. And the wedge even fit perfectly. I decided to hold the top of the shelf on with an angle bracket. I actually didn't have them, so I went ahead and made them. I mark the centers, and I screw in the angle brackets into the cherry board. Place the cherry board on top and screw them into the shelf. And there we have it, a beautiful shoe rack. Our cat had a 15-day eviction notice before we would tear down his tower. And here comes our brand new shoe rack. It's actually surprisingly light and can be easily handled by one person. Now this is part 1 of a 2-part process of making a really beautiful entryway. At the very end of this video, I'll show the very end product. I honestly think everyone's going to love it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Consider hitting the bell icon for notifications on future videos.